In the intricate tapestry of our world, few forces wield as much power as money. A paradox so deep, it can rewrite destinies and shift the balance of entire economies. Imagine, for a moment, a force so invisible, yet undeniably potent, controlling the lives of billions. This force can be summoned with the stroke of a pen or the click of a mouse. This force is money. Yet the concept of money as we understand it today is merely a shadow of what it once was. In the pivotal year of 2008, money died, only to be quietly reborn in digital code, a transformation that reshaped our understanding of value, trust, and innovation profoundly. To grasp this revolutionary evolution, we must take a journey back through the corridors of history. Picture a time when the act of trade was a fundamental dance, bartering between a young merchant standing in the bustling market square of a medieval kingdom. With a bag of flour clutched in his hands, he seeks to negotiate a fair exchange for a new pair of shoes. In this era, value isn't measured by pieces of paper or gleaming coins, but rather by tangible goods exchanged under the watchful eyes of mutual agreement. Yet as societies grew and complex needs arose, the limitations of barter became glaringly apparent, heralding the dawn of what we now recognize as currency. The first significant turning point emerged with the introduction of gold as a standard, a shimmering metal that offered not just wealth, but stability and assurance. Imagine the great ancient civilizations that rose and fell around this precious commodity. Visualize the Egyptian pharaohs who, with elegance and reverence, buried their treasures, believing these riches would accompany them into the afterlife. Gold transformed into more than a mere exchange medium. It became a symbol of divine favor, political power, and economic dominance. However, the allure of gold also sowed seeds of destruction. For as surely as the sun rises, empires found themselves cracking under the weight of greed. When rulers overprinted currency, propped only by the fragile whispers of hope, economies faltered, and revolutions erupted in a clamorous frenzy. Fast forward to the tumultuous 20th century, a period punctuated by innovation and upheaval. Here lies the monumental transition from the gold standard to a fiat currency system. Governments boldly issued paper notes, securing their value not with tangible assets, but with the sheer promise of their authority, a shocking revolution that instigated flexibility in monetary policy, yet simultaneously opened the floodgates to inflation and insurmountable debt. Here is where things get complicated, some may say, and they would be profoundly correct. The intricate system of money has morphed into a living, breathing network that pulses beneath the surface of our daily lives. Banks do more than merely shuffle numbers. They manufacture trust on a grand scale. Picture this. When you deposit your hard-earned money into a bank, your funds are not locked away within pristine vaults waiting for your withdrawal. Instead, they are loaned out, multiplied, and transformed into something far greater. This cyclical process creates a ripple effect across the economy. Your inherent trust emboldens the bank to wield the power of creation, literally crafting more money from the air of confidence. Yet lurking beneath the surface of this system, we must confront the implications of our trust. Inflation, often dubbed the tax on the impatient, lurks in the shadows like a silent thief, eroding our purchasing power and savings undetected. It creeps incrementally, unnoticed, as prices steadily rise like the tide, transforming what once cost a single dollar into a burden of two. Inflation becomes a haunting reminder that the very fabric of our financial lives can unravel due to collective impatience and irrational decision-making. Amidst this whirlwind of change, the human element remains at the forefront, a relentless undercurrent in the narrative of finance. Markets serve as mirrors, reflecting our deepest emotions, our fears, our greed, and our unwavering faith. Let's revisit history, the internet bubble of the late 90s, a fascinating example where euphoria soared to dizzying heights before the inevitable crash sent banks spiraling into despair. Each economic bubble creates connections rooted in human behavior, showcasing how speculation can ignite booms and plunge economies into devastating busts, revitalizing or ravaging lives. As we immerse ourselves in the digital age, we bear witness to a stark transformation within the landscape of wealth. Financial technology has emerged as a formidable force, bringing promises of democratization and disruption. With Bitcoin, the digital currency born from crisis, we stand at the precipice of a new epoch, one that challenges the bastion of traditional power structures. Money now moves faster than governments, transcending the borders that once defined transactions, enabling global financial interactions without intermediaries. Yet this digital frontier pulsates with both immense potential and daunting uncertainty. The battle between centralization and decentralization is unfolding as governments grapple with the implications of cryptocurrency, leading to an inevitable clash of ideals, one prioritizing control and stability, while the other champions freedom and innovation. On a grander scale, we are witnessing the rise of a hidden economy. The societal impacts of inflation in one region ripple through global supply chains, penetrating international trade and investment opportunities. In this intricate web of commerce, while one nation may print survival tactics and embrace quantitative easing, another meticulously strategizes and plots to secure the future. The richest 1% of the population do not merely earn, they own. Ownership has transformed into the cornerstone of wealth creation, allowing those who command the assets of tomorrow to dictate the directions of markets and economies. And here, like sunlight breaking through the clouds, the lesson beneath all of this emerges, a strategic insight. Money rewards clarity, while markets punish noise. Understanding this truth forms the very bedrock of wealth building and meticulous risk management. The ability to sift through the chaos, discerning the noise from the signals, dictates success within the realms of investing and finance. It transcends the mere assets one holds. It embodies awareness, a holistic understanding of the currents that influence markets and the subtle, often invisible forces shaping global economies. As we gaze into the horizon, we find ourselves questioning, what does the future hold for money? We are on the brink of entering uncharted waters, 5, 10, even 50 years ahead. Predictions linger of digital currencies and centralized bank digital currencies poised for ascendance. Trends in artificial intelligence-driven markets promise rapid trading based on complex algorithms, while decentralized finance heralds a new era of democratized access to financial systems. We may find ourselves in an age where code supplants traditional central banks and belief displaces conventional regulation. The richest resource of the future may not be oil or immense data warehouses. It may very well be attention, an economy thriving on recognition, engagement, and an uncanny ability to captivate the human interest. In our closing reflections, we find solace in a powerful truth. Money never truly disappears. It merely shifts hands between the patient and the impulsive. Wealth is not a matter of chance. It is sculpted through understanding and strategic insight. It unfolds as a continuous dance of belief, trust, and resilience, where each crash, boom, and digital currency represents but a heartbeat in our collective journey through the vibrant tapestry of human experience. Ultimately, the economy is not merely an ensemble of numbers or abstract principles. It embodies us. Every choice, every transaction, intricately woven in an interconnected network that shapes our very existence.